If they ignore you and distance themselves, do this. Stoicism. Silence is a source of great strength. Lao Tzu. In a world that constantly demands our reaction, our voice, and our attention, what if the greatest power lies in our ability to pause, reflect, and simply observe? Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, where today we'll uncover how the principles of silence, patience, and acceptance can transform the way we navigate challenges, especially when others ignore us or distance themselves. These timeless Stoic tools hold the key to personal growth, clarity, and inner peace. As you watch, think about this. How do you currently handle moments of rejection or chaos in your life? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if this resonates with you, share this video with someone who might need these insights today. But before we begin, listen to this story that will help you better understand the wisdom in this material. In a village near a vast desert, there lived an elderly woman named Inez, renowned for her wisdom and serenity. Every morning, Inez would walk silently through the dunes, watching the wind shape the sand and the cacti endure the scorching sun. One afternoon, a young merchant from the village, frustrated and hurried, came to her door. He asked Inez to teach him the secret to earning respect and recognition, as he wanted to prosper in his business and be valued by the village. Inez listened to his words without interrupting. When he finished, she calmly replied, "Come back tomorrow at dawn, and come without speaking. Observe." Curious and somewhat puzzled, the merchant returned the next day. Inez led him in silence to the edge of the desert and told him to stand still, watching how the sand moved with the wind and how the desert, in its stillness, commanded presence without making a sound. Hours later, without a single word, the merchant began to understand the lesson. He realized that in quiet observation and listening, one could earn more respect than through noise and haste. At the end of the day, Inez smiled and, breaking the silence, said, "Sometimes, stepping back and remaining silent gives you the strength to return with others seeking you out for recognition. Calmness and patience, my friend, are the keys to being valued without asking for it." The young merchant left grateful and applied what he had learned. Over time, his quiet wisdom earned him the respect and admiration of everyone in the village. The moral of this story is that silence and patience are often more powerful than noise and haste. When we learn to pause, observe, and wait calmly, we can earn the respect and admiration of others without needing to demand it. Which do you believe holds greater power? Silence and patience, or noise and haste? Share your answer in the comments below. The story beautifully highlights the quiet strength of patience and observation, showing us how impactful stillness can be. Now let's dive into the lessons of Stoicism, filled with surprising insights that promise to transform your perspective. Number 1. The power of silence. The power of silence is a Stoic secret that can profoundly transform your life if embraced thoughtfully. In a world filled with ceaseless noise and distractions, silence has become a luxury, yet its value remains unmatched. It's not just the absence of sound. Silence is a profound state of being, a sanctuary where your thoughts can breathe, where your mind can rest, and where clarity can emerge. Consider the moments when you felt overwhelmed by conflict or stress. The urge to react impulsively can be overwhelming, can't it? But imagine pausing, stepping back, and letting silence guide your response instead. That pause, that quiet moment of restraint, holds immense power. It allows you to sidestep regret and approach challenges with intention and wisdom. Take the story of Mia, a marketing executive constantly surrounded by the hum of deadlines, notifications, and meetings. One particularly chaotic day, she faced an unexpected confrontation with a colleague. Tempers flared and accusations were hurled, but instead of snapping back, Mia paused. She breathed deeply, allowed a space of silence to envelop her, and responded calmly the next day after thoughtful reflection. Her composed reaction not only diffused the situation, but also earned the respect of her team. What could have been a lingering conflict turned into a moment of growth for everyone involved, all because of silence. This is the magic of quietude. It creates space to think, to reflect, and to act from a place of clarity. How often do you grant yourself that space? In the stillness, you can hear your inner voice more clearly, allowing your intuition to surface amidst the chaos of daily life. By cultivating silence, you are not withdrawing from the world, but fortifying yourself to engage with it more effectively. Silence offers the chance to reflect deeply on your values, your emotions, and your purpose, granting you a sharper lens through which to navigate life's challenges. But silence isn't just for conflict resolution. It's a tool for self-discovery and emotional balance. Think of the last time you sat quietly without distractions. Did you notice how your thoughts began to settle? How your mind slowly untangled itself? That clarity, that tranquility, is the gift of silence. It allows you to filter out the mental noise, declutter your mind, and refocus on what truly matters. Imagine starting each day with a few moments of silence, perhaps through meditation, a quiet walk, or simply sitting still. What wisdom might emerge in those moments? What truths about yourself or your situation could surface when the noise fades away? The ancient Stoics understood the power of silence, often using it as a tool to reflect and make wiser choices. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This isn't just about listening to others. It's also about listening to yourself, your instincts, and the lessons life whispers to you in the stillness. Silence helps you develop emotional resilience, allowing you to stay grounded when the world feels chaotic. It's like the calm eye of a storm, a steady place you can return to when life's winds howl. So how can you incorporate this Stoic secret into your life? Start small. Dedicate a few minutes each day to silence. You don't need a perfect setting or a specific ritual. Just find a moment to step away from the noise and focus on your breath, your thoughts, or the world around you. Over time, these moments of quiet can become a cornerstone of your daily routine, providing a wellspring of calm and clarity. When people ignore you or distance themselves, silence can be your greatest ally. Instead of reacting with frustration or despair, pause and reflect. In the quiet, you can discern whether their actions stem from their struggles or if they signal a deeper truth about your relationship. Silence doesn't mean passivity. It means choosing to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. What would happen if you allowed silence to guide your interactions and decisions? How might your life transform if you leaned into its wisdom? The lesson here is clear. Silence is not an absence, but an active presence in your life. It's a way to restore balance, reflect deeply, and navigate challenges with grace and wisdom. Whether you're seeking inner peace, clarity, or a better way to handle life's chaos, embracing silence can be transformative. The next time you find yourself in the whirlwind of noise, remember this Stoic secret. Silence is where strength begins. Are you ready to listen? Number 2, the art of listening. In today's hyper-connected yet profoundly distracted world, the art of listening has become a rare and undervalued skill. The constant barrage of notifications, coupled with our innate desire to voice our own thoughts, often drowns out the voices of others. True listening, however, is not merely about hearing words. It's about understanding the full spectrum of meaning behind them. As Epictetus wisely noted, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Too often we approach conversations with the intent to reply rather than to understand. This habit creates a barrier to authentic communication, depriving us of the opportunity to connect with others on a deeper level. When we genuinely listen, we don't just process the literal content of the words spoken, we tune into the underlying emotions, motivations, and needs. This kind of attentive listening fosters trust and empathy, forming the cornerstone of meaningful relationships, whether in the context of a personal friendship, a family bond, or a professional partnership. The power of listening lies in its ability to dissolve misunderstandings and nurture harmony. In the workplace, for example, when we listen actively to colleagues, we demonstrate respect for their perspectives, which can inspire collaboration and reduce friction. A team where listening is prioritized becomes a wellspring of innovation and mutual support. Similarly, in personal relationships, listening transforms mere exchanges of information into opportunities for intimacy and understanding. It communicates to the other person that they are valued and respected, creating a safe environment for openness. Being present in the moment is perhaps the most essential ingredient in mastering the art of listening. In the age of modern Stoicism, where reflection and mindfulness are key virtues, this practice demands that we set aside distractions, our phones, wandering thoughts, or preconceived judgments, and focus entirely on the person before us. When we listen with full attention, we engage not only our ears but also our hearts. This level of engagement allows us to transcend superficial exchanges and foster a deeper connection, one that leaves a lasting impact on both ourselves and the speaker. Listening deeply also opens a window into our own souls. As we engage with others, we inevitably confront our own biases, assumptions, and reactions. This self-awareness is a cornerstone of modern Stoicism, guiding us toward a more measured, thoughtful existence. By listening without judgment, we learn to suspend our impulses to defend, argue, or assert dominance. Instead, we cultivate humility and openness, traits that lead to wiser decisions and richer interactions. Consider this. The simple act of listening can be transformative, not just for the person being heard, but also for the listener. By shifting our focus from merely waiting for our turn to speak to actively engaging with another's perspective, we enhance our capacity for compassion and deepen our understanding of the human experience. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself," a reminder that listening requires us to exercise patience and discipline in equal measure. In modern life, where time is precious and attention is fragmented, the ability to truly listen becomes an act of generosity. It is a gift we give to others, a demonstration of respect and care. Yet it is also a gift to ourselves, enriching our inner world with fresh insights and strengthening the bonds that connect us to those around us. Next time you find yourself in a conversation, resist the urge to craft a reply while the other person is still speaking. Instead, immerse yourself fully in their words and feelings. As you do, you'll discover that the art of listening is not just a social skill, but a profound act of presence and humanity. Let us carry this wisdom into our daily lives, remembering that the world would be a better place if we all listened more. Through listening, we not only build bridges between ourselves and others, but also cultivate the stillness and clarity that modern Stoicism encourages in our hearts and minds. In a noisy world, be the quiet strength that hears, understands, and connects, an essential practice in the timeless pursuit of a life well lived. Number 3, the courage to not react. In a world that glorifies instant responses and impulsive reactions, the decision to hold back can seem counterintuitive or even weak. Modern society often equates being noticed with speaking louder and reacting faster. Yet, the wisdom of modern Stoicism teaches us that true strength often lies in restraint. As Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Choosing to pause before diving into confrontation is an act of emotional resilience that allows us to rise above fleeting impulses, creating room for reflection, clarity, and meaningful action. When we deliberately choose not to react, we unlock a powerful tool for managing conflict and fostering peace. In daily moments of tension, an argument with a partner, a challenging email, or a friend's distant behavior, the urge to react immediately can be overwhelming. But by pausing and embracing discomfort without acting on it, we reclaim control over our emotions. Marcus Aurelius expressed this beautifully. "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This pause is not passivity. It is a moment of power where clarity emerges, transforming potential chaos into an opportunity for understanding. Resisting the urge to react doesn't mean suppressing emotions or avoiding confrontation, but choosing the right moment and approach to engage thoughtfully. In the workplace, impulsive reactions can damage relationships and reputations. A measured, calm response, however, demonstrates maturity and fosters respect. Similarly, in personal relationships, pausing before responding can diffuse tension and allow empathy to grow. Seneca reminds us, "He who is brave is free," highlighting that restraint liberates us from being controlled by emotional volatility. In today's fast-paced world, the courage to not react is more important than ever. Social media tempts us to react instantly, often leading to misunderstandings, unnecessary conflict, and regret. Practicing restraint in these moments teaches us the value of thoughtful reflection over impulsiveness. Silence, far from being a sign of defeat, is an assertion of inner strength. This aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and actions, while letting go of what we cannot, such as others' opinions or behaviors. This mindset, central to modern Stoicism, is deeply empowering. Beyond conflict resolution, the practice of not reacting immediately brings profound mental and emotional benefits. It reduces stress, promotes clarity, and helps us approach challenges with calmness. In relationships, it avoids unnecessary arguments and opens the door for deeper connection. In professional settings, it inspires confidence and reflects strong leadership qualities. Pausing not only gives us clarity, but also invites others to reflect on their actions, fostering constructive and meaningful dialogue. This simple act of restraint becomes a powerful catalyst for personal and interpersonal growth. The courage to not react isn't easy to cultivate in a culture that prioritizes speed and noise, but the rewards are transformative. The next time emotions threaten to overwhelm, take a deep breath and pause. In that moment, you reclaim your power and create space for a wiser response. As the Stoics teach, silence is not inaction, but a deliberate and powerful choice. It allows us to face life's challenges with resilience and clarity, turning conflict into growth and chaos into calm. By embracing this practice, we discover a quieter yet profound strength that enables us to navigate the complexities of modern life with wisdom and serenity. Through the lens of modern Stoicism, we can transform not only our own lives, but also contribute to a more peaceful and understanding world. After all, silence is often the strongest voice of wisdom and courage. What resonates with you most from this video? Comment below with your choice. The power of silence, the art of listening, or the courage to not react. Let us know. And don't miss the final 3 lessons. They're packed with surprising insights that could transform your perspective. Stay tuned until the end for the most valuable takeaways. Number 4. Calm in the storm. Calm in the storm is one of the most powerful Stoic secrets you can carry with you through life's inevitable chaos. Storms come in many forms: unexpected challenges, tense conflicts, or moments of sheer overwhelm that seem to pull the ground out from under you. In those moments, the instinctive response is often to react immediately, to fight back against the chaos in an effort to regain some semblance of control. But what if I told you that the key to mastering these storms lies not in swift action but in calm stillness? Imagine yourself as the eye of a hurricane, steady, composed, and unaffected by the swirling winds of disorder around you. Calmness isn't about doing nothing. It's about choosing to pause, to center yourself, and to approach challenges with clarity rather than panic. This deliberate calm allows you to assess the situation critically, weigh your options thoughtfully, and respond with a sense of purpose and precision that frantic reactions could never achieve. Consider the story of Daniel, a young manager tasked with leading his team through a high-stakes project with an impossible deadline. As things began to unravel, a key team member quit, systems crashed, and tempers flared. Daniel's colleagues expected him to crack under the pressure. But instead, he took a deep breath, stepped back, and calmly addressed each issue with deliberate focus. He listened, reassured his team, and broke the chaos into manageable steps. His composure became a stabilizing force, empowering his team to follow his lead and ultimately deliver a successful outcome. Daniel's calm not only helped him navigate the crisis effectively, but also inspired trust and confidence in those around him. How often do we forget that our energy influences others? Your calm in a storm has a ripple effect, grounding those who look to you for guidance. Staying calm doesn't just benefit others, it's also a profound act of self-preservation. When you embrace calmness, you shield yourself from the emotional hijacking that often accompanies panic or anger. By taking a moment to breathe or stepping away from the heat of the moment, you reclaim control over your mind and actions. This principle holds in both professional settings and personal relationships. Think about a disagreement with a loved one. When tempers flare, does shouting ever lead to resolution? Likely not. Instead, a calm approach invites constructive dialogue and mutual understanding. Calmness doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means channeling them productively to preserve harmony and find solutions. Isn't it remarkable how a composed demeanor can transform an argument into a moment of connection? The Stoics believe that calmness is cultivated through conscious effort and discipline. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, often reflected on the importance of maintaining equanimity in the face of chaos. He taught that we cannot control the storm, but we can control our response to it. This timeless wisdom applies just as much today as it did in ancient Rome. In our modern, fast-paced lives, finding calmness might mean creating rituals to center yourself, like meditating, journaling, or simply taking a few mindful breaths. It could also mean learning to recognize your triggers and stepping away before emotions take over. What practices could you adopt to strengthen your calm? Calmness in the storm is not just about survival, it's about thriving. When you remain calm, you unlock a state of clarity and confidence that allows you to steer through life's storms with purpose and grace. You transform moments of chaos into opportunities for growth, both for yourself and for those around you. So the next time you feel the pull of panic or frustration, remember this Stoic secret. Calmness is your superpower. Will you let the storm control you, or will you choose to be its master? The choice, as always, is yours. Number 5. The wisdom of observation. The wisdom of observation, a timeless principle deeply rooted in modern Stoicism, serves as a beacon of clarity in today's chaotic and fast-paced world. Bombarded daily with an overwhelming influx of information, distractions, and stimuli, many of us fall into the trap of reacting impulsively rather than understanding the broader context of our circumstances. Observation, however, is the antidote to this reactive state, a deliberate pause that allows us to step back, reflect, and gather insights before taking action. As Marcus Aurelius, a leading figure of Stoicism, wrote in Meditations, "Observe always that everything is the result of change, and get used to thinking that there is nothing nature loves so well as to change existing forms and to make new ones like them." His words remind us that by observing without judgment, we can adapt to the natural flow of life with wisdom and balance. Practicing observation means tuning into the subtleties of our environment and relationships, moving beyond surface-level assumptions. For instance, in personal relationships, instead of reacting emotionally to a loved one's actions, observation helps us discern their true emotions and intentions. What may appear as indifference or distance could stem from stress, fear, or personal struggles, factors we often miss in haste. By observing calmly, we foster empathy and strengthen connections, creating a safe space for open communication. Similarly, in the workplace, keen observation of team dynamics and individual motivations equips us to address conflicts effectively and make decisions that enhance collaboration. As Epictetus aptly said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak," reinforcing the idea that through observation, we gain understanding and build meaningful relationships. Observation also extends inward, offering us an opportunity to better understand ourselves. In moments of reflection, we can examine our thoughts, emotions, and actions, recognizing patterns or biases that may hinder personal growth. This self-awareness, a cornerstone of modern Stoicism, empowers us to align our actions with our values, making intentional choices rather than succumbing to external pressures. Consider how many times you've acted in frustration or fear, only to regret it later. The practice of observing your internal state, pausing before reacting, allows you to break free from this cycle. As Seneca stated, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." Through self-observation, you chart a clearer course toward your goals, free from distractions or impulsivity. In modern life, observation is particularly valuable as a counterbalance to the distractions of technology and constant connectivity. Many of us are guilty of scrolling through our phones or multitasking during conversations, missing the opportunity to truly connect with others or to notice the beauty of the present moment. By cultivating mindfulness and observing our surroundings, we reclaim our attention and enrich our daily experiences. Imagine sitting with a friend, fully present, noticing their expressions and tone, and truly listening to their words. Such moments, small as they may seem, deepen relationships and leave a lasting impact. As the philosopher Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, observed, "We have the ability to endure, to forbear, and to observe. These are the tools of wisdom." Observation also enhances our decision-making. In the face of challenges or conflicts, the act of stepping back and assessing the situation with patience enables us to see beyond immediate appearances. When someone distances themselves from us, for example, our initial reaction might be one of hurt or defensiveness. But through observation, we can consider their perspective and uncover underlying issues such as stress or miscommunication. This approach not only prevents unnecessary conflict, but also encourages thoughtful resolutions. In this way, observation transforms impulsive reactions into deliberate, informed actions that align with our long-term goals and relationships. Observation is a form of stillness that allows us to navigate life's complexities with wisdom, clarity, and purpose. It teaches us to differentiate between what truly matters and what is noise, enabling us to focus our energy on meaningful pursuits. By observing the people, environments, and circumstances around us without rushing to conclusions, we embrace the essence of modern Stoicism, living thoughtfully and intentionally. The next time you find yourself overwhelmed by emotions or caught in a web of distractions, remember the power of observation. Step back, take a breath, and look closely at the situation before you. In this quiet act, you will find the wisdom and strength to act with purpose, forging deeper connections and making decisions that reflect your highest values. Number 6. When silence speaks louder. In a world that often equates speaking up with strength and passivity with weakness, the power of silence is frequently overlooked. Yet silence is not an absence of communication. It is a profound act of self-discipline and wisdom, a tool for demonstrating control and strength in a way that words sometimes cannot. The wisdom of modern Stoicism reminds us that silence, when used thoughtfully, can be louder and more impactful than speech. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You always have the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control." Choosing silence in moments of tension or conflict allows us to rise above provocation, avoid unnecessary arguments, and maintain our inner peace. This deliberate act of restraint communicates confidence, self-assurance, and a deep understanding of when words might do more harm than good. In moments of high emotion, such as during an argument or a confrontation, silence can act as a mirror, reflecting the intensity of the situation back to the other person. This space often encourages them to pause, reconsider their words, and recalibrate their emotions. Instead of adding fuel to the fire, silence diffuses tension and provides a fertile ground for more constructive dialogue. In the workplace, for example, Staying quiet during a heated discussion can prevent an escalation that might damage relationships or reputations. By choosing not to respond impulsively, you give yourself time to assess the situation, ensuring that when you do speak, your words are intentional and impactful. Similarly, in personal relationships, silence can serve as a shield against unnecessary conflict, allowing both parties to reflect and respond with greater empathy and clarity. As Seneca wisely observed, it is a great thing to know the season for speech and the season for silence. The strength of silence is not about suppressing your voice or avoiding confrontation. It is about recognizing that not every situation requires a response. Often, the most powerful way to assert yourself is by demonstrating that you are not easily provoked. Silence can show that you are confident in your beliefs and that you do not feel the need to prove yourself to others through reactive words or defensive arguments. When someone ignores you or distances themselves, for example, rushing to confront them may only push them further away. Instead, choosing silence allows you to respect their space while showing that your self-worth does not depend on their immediate validation. This calm and composed response can often inspire the other person to reflect on their actions without feeling pressured or cornered, potentially leading to a healthier resolution. In modern life, where social media encourages instant reactions and verbal sparring, the practice of silence is more valuable than ever. It teaches us to resist the temptation to respond to every comment, critique, or insult, thereby preserving our energy for what truly matters. Silence on these platforms can signal maturity and self-control, reminding others that you are not swayed by external noise. The Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control, our own actions and emotions, resonates deeply here. We cannot control the opinions or actions of others, but we can control how we respond. As Epictetus advised, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Choosing silence in the face of provocation shows that you prioritize your inner peace over fleeting victories in meaningless disputes, a hallmark of modern Stoicism that empowers us to live with dignity and purpose. Moreover, silence benefits not only our interactions with others but also our own mental and emotional well-being. It creates a buffer that protects us from the reactive cycles that lead to stress and regret. In choosing not to engage in pointless arguments, we free ourselves from the burden of justifying or defending our actions unnecessarily. This freedom enables us to focus on our goals, values, and personal growth rather than being consumed by external conflicts. Silence becomes a sanctuary, a space where clarity and composure flourish, enabling us to approach challenges with wisdom and serenity. In this way, silence is not a retreat, but a strategic pause, one that equips us to re-enter life's complexities with greater strength and resilience. The next time you face a situation where emotions run high, where confrontation seems inevitable, or where you feel provoked to defend yourself, take a step back and consider the power of silence. By remaining calm and composed, you project strength and control while allowing others the space to reflect on their own behavior. Silence, when used intentionally, becomes a profound statement, an unspoken declaration of confidence, wisdom, and inner peace. As you practice this discipline, you'll find that silence often speaks louder than any words could, transforming your relationships and interactions while helping you navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. In embracing the power of silence, you align yourself with the enduring wisdom of Stoicism, discovering a path to serenity and strength in the face of life's noise and chaos. Silence, after all, is not the absence of action but a powerful act of presence. Out of these powerful Stoic insights, which speaks to you the most? Comment below. Calm in the storm, the wisdom of observation, or when silence speaks louder. Your voice matters. And trust me, the last 3 lessons will leave you thinking differently about life's challenges, so stay with us until the end for the most inspiring takeaways. Number 7. The Art of Letting Go. The art of letting go is one of the most liberating Stoic secrets, offering you the power to find peace and clarity, even in the face of life's uncontrollable challenges. How often do we exhaust ourselves clinging to things we cannot change, a failed relationship, a missed opportunity, or a past mistake? Letting go is not about giving up. It's about releasing the grip of expectations and embracing the reality that some things are simply beyond our control. Imagine you're holding a heavy suitcase, your arms aching as you carry it wherever you go. Letting go is like setting that suitcase down, not abandoning it, but choosing not to let it weigh you down anymore. It's the realization that trying to fix or control everything only leads to frustration, anxiety, and an endless loop of self-imposed suffering. Consider the story of Sarah, who worked tirelessly for months on a promotion that seemed within her reach. When the opportunity went to someone else, she was devastated, consumed by thoughts of what she could have done differently. But instead of dwelling on the decision, Sarah chose to let go of her disappointment and focus on what she could control: her work ethic, her skills, and her future opportunities. This shift in perspective allowed her to perform even better, eventually leading to an even greater role. Doesn't it make you wonder how much energy you might be wasting on things you can't change? What would happen if you redirected that energy toward areas you can influence? Letting go isn't easy. It's a practice that requires both courage and patience. It begins with acknowledging the boundaries of your control. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This timeless wisdom reminds us that peace lies not in controlling outcomes but in mastering our reactions. When you let go, you stop living in the past or fearing the future and instead immerse yourself in the present, where real power resides. Isn't it freeing to think that by accepting what is, you can create space for what could be? In the workplace, this mindset can transform how you handle setbacks. If a project fails or expectations aren't met, holding on to disappointment or blame only hampers your progress. By letting go, you free yourself to focus on the next steps, learning from the experience and improving. In relationships, letting go of past grievances fosters forgiveness and understanding, strengthening your bonds and clearing the air for meaningful connection. After all, how can you build a future with someone if you're weighed down by the baggage of past hurts? Letting go doesn't mean you ignore what happened. It means you refuse to let it define or control you. But how do you practice letting go when it feels so hard to release that grip? Start small. When faced with a situation that frustrates or saddens you, pause and ask yourself, "Can I change this?" If the answer is no, gently remind yourself that holding on won't alter the outcome. Instead, focus on what you can do. Perhaps you need to set boundaries, forgive someone, or simply allow time to heal the wound. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes to let go, and with each release, you'll notice a growing sense of peace and confidence. Letting go is not a sign of weakness, but a profound act of strength and self-love. When you free yourself from the weight of uncontrollable circumstances, you create room for growth, discovery, and new opportunities. The next time you find yourself tangled in the chaos of trying to control everything, remember this Stoic secret. Peace is found not in holding tighter, but in releasing gracefully. What could you let go of today to step into a freer, lighter, and more intentional version of yourself? The choice is always yours. Will you let the weight of the past hold you back, or will you embrace the peace of letting go? Number 8. The power of patience. The power of patience, a cornerstone of modern Stoicism, is a profound yet often misunderstood virtue. While many perceive patience as passive endurance, an act of simply waiting through discomfort, it is in truth an active and deliberate practice of emotional mastery. In today's fast-paced world, where instant gratification reigns supreme, cultivating patience is an act of quiet rebellion, one that equips us with the clarity and resilience to face life's challenges with wisdom and grace. As Seneca reminds us, how much better to quietly endure what we cannot change than to fret and fume at it. True patience lies in this ability to pause, reflect, and act thoughtfully, transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth and understanding. In personal relationships, patience acts as a bridge between conflict and connection. When others seem to ignore us or distance themselves, our immediate instinct might be to react with frustration, hurt, or a desire for confrontation. But by practicing patience, we create the space to understand the deeper reasons behind their behavior, whether it stems from personal struggles, miscommunication, or differing perspectives. This empathetic pause fosters trust and mutual respect, allowing us to approach relationships with care rather than judgment. In such moments, Marcus Aurelius's words guide us. You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never a need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. Patience also plays a vital role in the professional sphere, where pressures to deliver quick results can lead to hasty and often regrettable decisions. By embracing patience, we can step back from the chaos, align with long-term goals, and make thoughtful, informed choices that reflect both wisdom and strategy. Consider a challenging project or a difficult colleague. Reacting impulsively may provide temporary relief but often exacerbates the problem. Patience, however, allows us to see the broader picture, identify the right course of action, and persevere toward a meaningful outcome. In these moments, patience is not just about waiting, it is about growing through the wait, a skill Seneca described when he said, "He who is brave is free." Equally important, patience is a form of self-discipline that strengthens our inner resolve. In resisting the urge to act on fleeting emotions, we cultivate emotional resilience and clarity, enabling us to respond to life's trials with intention rather than reflex. This discipline becomes especially significant in modern life, where constant notifications, comparisons, and demands for immediate responses threaten our peace of mind. The practice of patience teaches us to value stillness and silence as powerful tools for reflection and self-awareness. By allowing time for introspection, we better understand our own motivations and emotional triggers, which in turn helps us navigate the complexities of our environment with greater ease. On a broader level, patience is a testament to the wisdom of timing. As the Stoics emphasized, not all actions or decisions need to happen immediately. Some outcomes require time to mature. The ability to wait for the right moment, to act when the conditions are most favorable, is an art that patience cultivates. In the face of adversity or uncertainty, stepping back and granting yourself the gift of time can reveal solutions that were obscured by haste. This approach is particularly relevant in an era where speed is celebrated, but often at the expense of depth and quality. Epictetus's timeless advice, "No great thing is created suddenly," reminds us that meaningful results are born of steady effort and thoughtful pacing. In practicing patience, we find not only better outcomes, but also peace of mind. It is a practice that shields us from the turbulence of impulsive reactions and allows us to maintain emotional balance even in the midst of chaos. The next time life presents you with a difficult situation, consider it an opportunity to cultivate patience. Instead of rushing to fix, respond, or control, take a breath, step back, and allow the situation to unfold. This doesn't mean doing nothing. It means choosing to act from a place of calm and clarity. In this space, you'll discover that patience is not merely waiting, but learning, growing, and aligning your actions with your highest values. Patience, as embraced by modern Stoicism, is far from passive. It is an active, empowering practice that transforms challenges into lessons, strengthens relationships, and fosters self-discipline. It teaches us to pause, not to delay, but to discern, to wait, not to idle, but to act wisely. Through patience, we reclaim our ability to navigate life with intention, clarity, and emotional strength no matter the obstacles. As you continue your journey, let patience be your ally, a steady guide that helps you face life's uncertainties with grace and unsheath. Number 9. The peace and acceptance. In life, countless things lie beyond our control. Others' actions, the course of events, the past, and even some of the challenges we face. Yet the profound peace we seek is not found in resisting these realities, but in accepting them. Acceptance is not an act of surrender or defeat. It is an acknowledgement of what is, and a decision to make peace with it. As Epictetus reminds us, make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. This shift in perspective, central to modern Stoicism, allows us to release the exhausting burden of trying to change the unchangeable, and instead redirect our energy toward what we can control, our thoughts, attitudes, and choices. Acceptance is a form of inner strength, an empowering realization that while we may not control external events, we have full authority over how we respond to them. When we practice acceptance, we unlock the freedom to navigate life's complexities with clarity and composure. In the workplace, for example, we often face situations that challenge our expectations, unforeseen changes, setbacks, or decisions beyond our influence. Resisting these realities only adds stress, but acceptance enables us to adapt and remain focused on what truly matters. Instead of lamenting a lost opportunity or a change in plans, we can channel our efforts into actions that align with our goals, demonstrating resilience and problem-solving skills. Similarly, in personal relationships, acceptance fosters harmony by helping us embrace differences rather than fighting against them. People are flawed and unpredictable, and expecting perfection only leads to disappointment. By accepting others as they are, with all their strengths and shortcomings, we create space for empathy, understanding, and deeper connections. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Acceptance does not mean passivity or giving up on improvement. It is about discerning what is within our influence and focusing our efforts there. When we let go of futile battles against the inevitable, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Take, for instance, moments of personal loss or change. Grieving over what was or resisting the changes life has brought will not alter reality, but it will prolong our distress. By accepting the situation as it is, we allow ourselves to heal and move forward, finding growth and meaning in the experience. In the same way, acceptance is a vital tool for navigating modern life, where unpredictable events, economic shifts, global crises, or personal challenges are the norm. The ability to adjust, to adapt gracefully, is what allows us to thrive rather than crumble under pressure. Modern Stoicism teaches us that true peace comes not from bending the world to our will, but from bending our will to the world as it is. The practice of acceptance also lightens the mental and emotional load we carry. Constantly fighting against what we cannot control leaves us frustrated and depleted, while acceptance offers a path to contentment. It invites us to focus on the present moment, releasing the grip of regret over the past and anxiety about the future. This mental clarity, born of acceptance, allows us to make better decisions and approach challenges with a calm and measured demeanor. In relationships, it helps us resolve conflicts without anger or resentment, enabling us to approach disagreements with a sense of collaboration rather than combat. The peace that comes from acceptance is not a passive state. It is an active choice to let go of resistance and engage with life on its terms. When you next find yourself battling against the inevitable, whether in your personal life, your career, or your inner struggles, pause and practice acceptance. Acknowledge the reality of the situation and shift your focus to what you can control: your attitude, your actions, and your mindset. This is not an easy task, as it requires humility, patience, and self-awareness, but it is a practice that leads to profound freedom. As Seneca wisely noted, the greatest blessing of mankind is within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. By embracing this wisdom, we can stop fighting against life and start living it with grace and peace. Acceptance, far from being a sign of resignation, becomes a source of strength and a guide to finding serenity in a chaotic world. Number 10. Self-care. Self-care, often misunderstood as a luxury, is one of the most essential Stoic secrets for maintaining mental, emotional, and physical resilience in a world that rarely pauses. In our fast-paced lives, it's tempting to put our well-being last, chasing deadlines, fulfilling obligations, and stretching ourselves thin for others. But what happens when we keep pouring from an empty cup? Self-care is not indulgence. It's a lifeline. It's the deliberate act of nurturing your body, mind, and soul so that you have the clarity, energy, and strength to face life's challenges. More than just rest or relaxation, self-care means recognizing your limits, setting boundaries, and reclaiming time for yourself. It's saying no without guilt, prioritizing your needs unapologetically, and understanding that taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's essential. Think of Jordan, a dedicated nurse who worked tirelessly through long shifts, always prioritizing her patients and family over herself. She felt guilty for taking a day off or saying no to extra shifts, convinced it would let others down. But eventually, her exhaustion caught up with her, leaving her burned out and unable to care for anyone. It was only when she began incorporating small acts of self-care, like taking a quiet moment to meditate before her day or spending time with a good book, that she found herself re-energized. By setting boundaries and respecting her own needs, Jordan not only became more present for herself but also more effective in helping others. Doesn't it make you wonder, how much better could you show up for the people you care about if you made time to care for yourself? Self-care isn't just about pampering, it's about balance and intention. It can mean something as simple as stepping away from a task to take a mindful breath, going for a walk, or reflecting on what truly brings you joy. It's also about protecting your peace, knowing when to say no to unnecessary stressors, and when to step back to recalibrate. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "Take care of your soul as if you were caring for a loved one." This wisdom reminds us that self-care is an act of self-respect, not indulgence. How often do we give our best energy to others, but leave nothing for ourselves? Isn't it time to change that? The beauty of self-care lies in its flexibility. It's not one size fits all. For some, it might be meditation or journaling. For others, it's exercise, spending time in nature, or reconnecting with loved ones. It's not about finding the perfect routine, but about choosing what nourishes you in the moment. In the workplace, self-care might mean stepping away to recharge instead of pushing through exhaustion. In personal relationships, it can mean establishing healthy boundaries that protect your time and energy. After all, how can you pour love, support, or effort into others if you're constantly running on empty? The next time you feel overwhelmed or stretched too thin, ask yourself, what small act of self-care can I do right now? Maybe it's taking a deep breath, going for a walk, or even saying no to something that doesn't serve you. By prioritizing your well-being, you not only recharge your inner strength, but also model the importance of self-respect for those around you. Life's challenges require clarity and resilience, and those are cultivated through self-care. This Stoic secret teaches us that self-care isn't about escaping life's demands. It's about equipping yourself to meet them with greater energy and focus. So, will you honor yourself today? What steps can you take to prioritize your well-being and show up for life as the best version of yourself? Let us know in the comments, which resonates with you most? Letting go of the past, or the power of patience? Share your thoughts. And don't stop here. Make sure to stay until the final part of this video. The last lesson will leave you with an unexpected perspective that could change how you approach life's challenges. Number 11. The spirit of optimism. The spirit of optimism, as embraced in modern Stoicism, is far more than a passive embrace of positive thinking. It is an active and deliberate choice to seek opportunity and growth amid life's inevitable challenges. It reflects the belief that while we may not control external circumstances, we can always control how we respond to them. This intentional optimism doesn't deny reality, but rather embraces it, focusing on what is within our power to change while letting go of what lies beyond our influence. As Marcus Aurelius profoundly noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In this way, optimism becomes a source of resilience, empowering us to navigate difficulties with strength and purpose. In personal relationships, the spirit of optimism acts as a guiding force, fostering hope and trust, even when misunderstandings or hardships arise. When someone distances themselves or ignores us, our natural tendency might be to dwell on the negative, assuming rejection or loss. However, optimism encourages us to view these moments with compassion, considering that their behavior might stem from personal struggles or needs unrelated to us. This perspective allows us to respond with empathy rather than resentment, creating an opportunity to rebuild bridges rather than burn them. By maintaining an optimistic mindset, we open ourselves to the possibility of deeper understanding and connection, transforming conflict into growth. As Epictetus wisely observed, men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them. In the workplace, optimism plays an equally crucial role, inspiring us and those around us to persevere through obstacles and uncertainty. A leader or team member who embodies optimism creates an atmosphere of possibility where challenges are seen not as insurmountable, but as opportunities for innovation and learning. Consider a project that encounters setbacks. An optimistic mindset reframes these hurdles as stepping stones, fostering creativity and determination rather than frustration or defeat. This perspective not only drives success, but also cultivates a culture of resilience where colleagues are motivated to collaborate and grow. Optimism in this context is not blind positivity, but a practical tool that anchors us in action and progress, reminding us of Seneca's insight that difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Optimism also offers profound benefits on a personal level, shaping how we approach adversity and uncertainty in our daily lives. Life will inevitably bring moments of failure, loss, or frustration, but the optimistic individual sees these moments not as endings but as transitions, opportunities to learn, adapt, and move forward. When we face a setback, optimism urges us to ask, "What can I do with this?" rather than, "Why did this happen to me?" This mindset fosters a sense of agency, reminding us that while we cannot dictate what happens, we can shape how we respond. Modern Stoicism teaches us that this choice is the essence of true freedom, a lesson echoed in the timeless words of Viktor Frankl. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Moreover, optimism is contagious, inspiring those around us to adopt a similar outlook. In our families, friendships, and communities, an optimistic approach can create ripples of hope and motivation. When we choose to focus on possibilities rather than limitations, we set an example for others, encouraging them to face their own challenges with courage and determination. Think of a time when someone's faith in a positive outcome lifted your spirits or inspired you to keep going. This is the transformative power of optimism in action. It reminds us that our mindset doesn't just shape our own experience, but also has the potential to uplift others, creating a collective sense of resilience and purpose. In modern life, where stress, uncertainty, and negativity often dominate, cultivating optimism is a powerful act of self-care and empowerment. It requires discipline and intention, as it is far easier to succumb to doubt and fear than to choose hope. Yet by embracing optimism, we align ourselves with the principles of modern Stoicism, focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. This practice helps us navigate the complexities of modern life with clarity and balance, allowing us to move forward with confidence, even when the path is unclear. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself in difficult times, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Optimism is not a denial of life's hardships, but a celebration of its possibilities. It invites us to rise above despair and to engage with the world as active participants, shaping our reality through our choices and actions. The next time you encounter a setback or challenge, pause and remind yourself of your power to respond with strength and purpose. Look for the lessons hidden within the difficulty and trust in your ability to grow through the experience. By choosing optimism, you not only navigate life's challenges with greater resilience, but also inspire those around you to do the same, creating a ripple effect of hope and possibility. Thank you for watching today's video on If They Ignore You and Distance Themselves, Do This. Stoicism. Remember, silence, patience, and acceptance are powerful tools that can help you navigate life with greater peace, clarity, and strength. Start small. Embrace silence, practice patience, and focus on accepting what you cannot control. These small changes can lead to profound transformation in how you respond to life's challenges. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos filled with wisdom and actionable Stoic lessons. Until next time, choose silence, practice wisdom, and live with resilience. See you in the next video.